Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card, we are taking a look at what your next relationship is based off of what's coming in love, what timelines are opening up in love to you right now. So before I get into the crystals, I do just want to make a disclaimer that our timelines are constantly shifting and evolving, and every decision we make, every time we choose to heal something, every time we choose to clear something, or whenever we evolve, we are shifting timelines and evolving through timelines. So if you do hear something that you don't like, that is okay, because we are constantly evolving and you can choose to shift that timeline. On top of that, I know my collective specifically, like, you know, you guys do a lot of healing, you guys do a lot of growing. So if you guys are currently maybe doing shadow work or doing internal work on a particular wound that's connected to love, make sure that you're setting the intention with this reading to really connect to the timeline that you are stepping onto, because sometimes I find that when people are clearing something, our energy goes down to that wound. So sometimes our frequency can tell a past story because it's something that we're working on in that moment. So then I find readers, not just myself but other readers, I found they may pick up on a past relationship even though you've moved from it, because you could be clearing it in that moment. So make sure that you're connecting to a potential timeline opening up, or a timeline you are intending on stepping onto when you pick your crystal, because I've noticed that can happen sometimes, and we're talking about potential timelines. But I'm gonna stop blabbing now and get into the crystals. So let's get in. So pile number one, we have the sunstone. Pile number two, we have the chrysoprase. Pile three, we have the honey calcite. And pile four, we have the blue Lemurian. Let me get it in my hands. The blue Lemurian crystal. I forget whether it was a calcite or a quartz, so I just say blue Lemurian crystal. Yeah, so those are the four crystals to choose from. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey pile one, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what potential timelines are opening up in love for you. So I'm going to start with tarot, and then we're going to move on to your oracle cards. So let's get in. Pile number one, please, spirit guides, what potential timelines are opening up to my pile number ones? There's a strong reference and a strong message of empowerment with you guys, this pile, specifically with you guys choosing the sunstone, which connects us to our solar plexus. So there's a lot of focus on confidence, self-worth, feeling worthy, owning just who you are, and having like really strong boundaries. Asserting yourself, and I want to say taking up space. I feel like what draws this person in, and not just this person, because I feel like you're stepping into a time, and I see it currently energetically, where you are, I keep being shown somebody growing into something, like a glove, and it's like it was too big before, but now it's like my hands fit in it because it's like that's my glove, I'm wearing it. It's like I'm growing into something, I'm evolving into something, I'm ready to wear that glove now. Like I'm ready to take up space, I'm ready to stand my ground, I'm ready to you know, physically show up and put these boundaries in. Like there's a strong reference to that, and I feel like that sense of empowerment is what's going to bring your person in, because I almost feel like there's going to be, you could have been going through a level of clearing or healing where you were like, I'm not ready for a relationship, or I don't want a relationship right now, there's things that I want to focus on. There's going to come a moment where you're like, okay, if you want to bring a relationship in now, I can see that. I can see that coming in. So it's almost like you flick the switch. It's like, okay, I think I'm ready. I think I'm open to maybe making new friends, or bringing in new opportunities, or being seen. You know, maybe you've been hiding away a little bit and not wanting to be seen, but there's a switch you flick where you're like, all right, I'm ready now. let's give that a go. Let's give that a gander. Like, that's what I'm picking up. So it's almost like a decision you come to internally of like, I'm ready. Maybe you were emotionally unavailable for some time, and maybe then you took time out to heal and focus on self. Pile number 1. Pile number 1's next. We have the 3 of Wands. Some of you guys, your person may be from overseas, or they were born overseas, or maybe you travel somewhere. You could be the one that's like, you know, overseas, traveling to foreign land. Like, that could be the case. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Pile number 1. I forgot what number we were then. Pile number 1, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 1. What potential timelines are opening up? You have the High Priestess. One more card, please, Spirit Guides. What timelines are opening up to my pile number 1s? We have Justice as well. We have the 6 of Cups at the back of the deck. Interesting. Okay. The person, okay, I have to say, with you guys, and I feel like it's gonna be like this for the other 3, in the sense of, you are, I feel, the closest to me in your person than the other piles. I haven't even tapped in yet, but I can energetically just feel like I feel yours is more soon. Some of you guys may have already started speaking to or met this person. For others of you, it is soon, because you know that empowered state I was talking about, that like more like I feel confident, I'm taking up space. That feeling feels like it's already making its way in. It's like so, you know, the process of this person coming in was like making a cake. You have all the ingredients, you've, you know, mixed everything in the bowl. The bowl is now in the oven is now on. We're just waiting for it to cook. We're just waiting for it to, you know, when you watch a cake in the oven and the like dough starts to raise up, it's like we're just waiting for that. So that's kind of how, I know it's like a really weird way to explain it, but it's like anything that you would have had to build internally to be on like a certain vibration that would have brought this person through, you've done. Now it's just a case of like the ingredients are together, we're just waiting for it to cook. Like, things are starting to move into motion. Like, I could feel, even tapping into you guys, there's like an empowered state. That's, I keep feeling like I'm growing. You know, like I was saying about the glove, it's like I fit into the glove. Like, I've grown into the glove. I'm elevated. It's like the dough coming up from the cake and it's like rising. Like, there's something you guys are stepping into and making something happen physically, which is gonna make you feel even more empowered, which is what brings this person in. It could have just been like a healing journey. You could be like working on self right now. You could be putting energy towards a business, but maybe you had to internally work through wounds and work through feelings of not feeling good enough before you made moves with that business. So now that business is kind of moving, you're feeling more empowered with that, and now someone's coming in. You know, that's the kind of scenario that I'm being shown. It doesn't have to be in regards to career or anything. I just see you guys really feeling confident and feeling open and feeling like, when I say taking up space, feeling like, no, I deserve love. I deserve a healthy love. I deserve to, I deserve a healthy relationship no matter what stage I'm at, you know? I deserve, like, happiness. I deserve to be abundant financially. Like, I deserve that. I'm taking up space. I'm claiming what's mine. That's the switch I'm talking about where this person comes in. I feel like when you make that switch and you're like, okay, I'm ready now, like, I'm ready, I'm open. And it's a very, when I say careless, I'm ready and open, I don't mean like, I don't care. It's more so like, if something comes in or something doesn't, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm connected to self, I feel worthy in myself, I'm open to something coming in now. It's not like yearning for something, it's like I'm just open to whatever happens happening. And I feel like that's how that person comes in. It's a very carefree flick of a switch that I see you guys flicking. That's when this person comes in, it's almost like boom, they're here. I see this person when they come in, you're gonna get on with this person very well, because you know, like I was saying, like fits like a glove. I feel like they're the other glove, if that makes sense. Like they're the other glove and have grown into that other glove, and that's how you're reaching each other's frequencies. I think that you and this person are going to have a lot to talk about. I think that you guys are quite deep emotionally, and I think that you look at the world in like a certain way that very much mirrors your person. I don't know if you're going to meet each other through career, but you're definitely going to meet each other through some sort of hobby or practice that you do. So if you are connected to spirit, connected to spirituality, this person would be as well, or at least they'd be open to it. You could just be somebody that looks at life in a very elevated way, looks at life in a very deep way, sees, you know, a deeper meaning into things. This person feels exactly the same. So there's a lot of like, you know, in the Barbie movie, when the two like if you haven't seen it, there's a Barbie movie and there's a brown haired Barbie and a blonde haired Barbie, not the new movie, like it's an old one, and like they sing this song because they're like basically the same Barbie but with different hair colors, and it's like, I'm just like you, you're just like me, and they like dance together because they're like the same person. And there's a feeling of that when this person comes in. This person's really going to mirror you and be very alike you. I just feel like you're going to have a lot to talk about. Some of you guys, there may be a feeling of like familiarity because this is like past life connection. This could be somebody that you've known before and lost contact with. It doesn't necessarily feel like a relationship, and if it was somebody that you've spoken to before or like brushed past before, in regards to love, it's no one that you put any foundations with, and it's no one that you got attached to in the past. This is someone that it feels like there's a clean slate, but there is a familiarity. So some of you guys, you may have known each other through childhood, you may have known each other or been aware of each other growing up but never got close until it was the right moment. For others of you, it's just more like a soulful understanding of like, you feel familiar to me. That's kind of how it feels. I don't know why I keep being shown bushy eyebrows or like really thick eyebrows. So your person may have you know, very, very bushy eyebrows. I feel like, you know, like unkept eyebrows. I don't know if you have that or your person has that, but that's kind of what I'm being shown. I feel like it's more so your person, but that like I'm being shown that, and like lots of hair or like really nice hair. There's something about the hair. I know it sounds weird, but they could have a lot of hair. I don't know why that's coming through, but that was just what I got. Like that just kind of came through for some reason. So like beards, you know, if they're a male, like mustache. I don't know why. They could have long hair. There is an emphasis on hair here. Like it's like really coming through strongly. 3 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, Justice. You're gonna feel as well when this person comes in, like after a little bit of a tornado, the storm has settled. It doesn't mean that maybe physically things have settled, or it could be just internally. You could have been at a little bit of a war within yourself, especially if you were doing shadow work, inner work, you were maybe purging things out, and you may have felt because you were doing that just life around you seemed a little bit bleak or low. I'm not saying no bad things are going to be happening when this person comes in, but internally it's almost like the storm has settled and I see you on a raft. Like it's like I'm sitting on a raft and it's calm now and I'm coming into shore. So I feel like internally there's something that would have settled within you. I think that you guys may have been working on as well, because I keep being told that you guys are emotionally intelligent. So there's this feeling of like, how do I explain it? It's like I'm no longer having to go all the way down into the murky waters. Like if I need to again, I'll pop down. I have no problem doing it. But right now I'm just gonna be in a more flow-like state. I'm gonna be in a more light-hearted state, and I'm gonna focus maybe on the physical and making moves in the physical. There's kind of a feeling of that. It's kind of like new season, new characters coming in, that sort of thing. So you could have come out of maybe a really big shift, or maybe just like a little one. You may have felt like you hit rock bottom, but it's like you've built up something else, and that's when this person comes in. I do feel you and this person may have a psychic connection. And I think you may get a lot of signs before you meet this person, but they're not necessarily signs of meeting this person. It's more so signs that you're in alignment. Alignment in career, alignment in your you know, physical world and the moves that you're making in the physical world, and then alignment in love, because this person comes in to align with a frequency. So there's just going to be like a lot of, you may see a lot of angel numbers, you may see a lot of like physical signs, music being sent to you, visions when you're going to sleep, and it's because you're in alignment. You may be, I'm also being told you may be getting a lot of like deja vu. There's something about that as well, and I don't know why. Maybe you guys already had this ability, but it feels like it's coming through stronger, and that's like psychic visions. Like I see you guys having psychic visions of things happening, and then they do. Like you could have a psychic vision to help you with like career. Like when I say career, I mean not Korea the country, your career, like work. Sometimes like my accent makes it sound like I'm saying something else, but you could get a vision, let's say, of taking a different route to work, and you don't understand why, but you're like, you know what, let me just follow that up and I'll take that different route to work. You take that different route to work, and then you realize that you bump into somebody that you haven't seen, and they put you onto something, and it's like, if I wouldn't have had that dream and then decided to take that route to work, this wouldn't have happened. So there's going to be a lot of moments where things are aligning like that. A lot of like deja vu and like very serendipitous moments, and I think while those moments are happening is when this person comes in, because I feel like the way you meet, I don't know why, when I see the way you're meeting, I keep being shown two hands shaking, so I don't know if you're going to meet at like a formal event, or I'm hearing like you could be at like a baby shower, or you could be at like a wedding, or you could be like starting a new job, but there's like a formal meeting, or how do I put this into words? Again, it's like you're making moves, like I'm being shown chess. There's a lot of clairvoyance coming through. I'm being shown chess, and then it's almost like somebody steps in and like you're shaking that hand, and then that's how you meet that person. I don't know how to even put that together, but it's something about you physically making moves, either with your career or everyday life. Like you could get a car and this person could sell you the car. You could buy a house, this person could be the realtor to like sell you the house. Like there's a move you're making, and then that's how you meet this person. Or you could be like somebody's godmother, godfather, and then at like a christening or something, or at like a like I said, a baby shower, and that's how you meet this person. Because with a handshake, it's making me think you're being introduced. So that's how you connect with this person. This person could be a personal trainer. You could be going to the gym, and this person could be a personal trainer. There's something about that coming in regards to how you meet, but it's very serendipitous, because you'll have like either a download, spirit will say, this is a move, this is a chess move to make, this is where you need to go, and I feel like that's what leads you there. It's quite interesting. Like you should start the gym, this would be really good if you start this gym and start this class, and it's like a cycling class, and then you meet this person. Or you should start going to like chiropractic, whatever they do, and then you meet this, like it's something like that. It almost feels like you're instructed to go somewhere energetically, or you intuitively know to make that move, because there's a lot of divine guidance in this connection when you meet this person. I want to see now, I want to pull a little bit more, because I want to see your energy towards your person when you meet them, their energy towards you, and then how you connect. So what is my pile number one's energy going to be towards the person that's coming in for them? How are they going to feel? Let me just grab your card, it fell. What's interesting is you guys have the 8 of Cups reversed. Now, when you have the 8 of Cups reversed, we're talking about returning to a situation, heading back towards a situation, and I want to, there's almost this feeling of like, let's try this again with this 8 of Cups reversed, because I feel like you would have, before this person, sorry for the noise outside guys, they're doing something with cars, I don't know what they're doing, but there's a lot of them out there. It looks like a party with loads of tools. I don't know what they're doing. But like there's this feeling of approaching this person when they come in of like, right, okay, let's try this again. And when I say try this again, okay, it could be somebody from your past that you connected with lately, but it's more so you would have set out to maybe focus on self, or like not really connect to people for some time because you were focused on self. There would have even been a time where you completely wrote off love and was like, I don't think love is for me. I don't think relationships is for me. Maybe I'm supposed to be by myself. Like I said, you're flicking that switch of like, okay, I'm open to something coming in. When this person comes in, there's this feeling of, okay, let's try this again. I've cleared, I've worked through some things, I'm ready to see where this can take me. So the way you're looking at this person is like, I choose you. Like I'm reaching on someone with a sword, like I choose you. I'm going to slowly open up to you. Let's see how this works out. Like that's kind of how I'm feeling with that. I see you being cautious. I see you being very selective with where your energy is going. But I see you really taking your time with this person. I do see you moving slow, but there's, of course, fears are going to come up, but you guys are extremely emotionally intelligent. So there's this feeling of like, let's just flow. Let's just flow. Yes, this fear is going to come up, and yes, this fear is going to come up. Let's just flow. Because there's a familiarity and a comfortability you're going to have with this person quite quickly. I read somewhere and it was like when you meet someone you're meant to be with, they make you feel calm. And I know to say that can sometimes be a bit because when you've been through trauma, you've cleared, when you do open up to love, there are going to be fears. But I see you guys being aware of your fears and accepting them, but still slowly opening up to this person. And from what I'm seeing so far, I feel like this person's going to move nice and slow with you. Like there's no rush here at all. Pile number one's person that's coming in on this timeline. How are they going to... And one thing I will say, you've been clearing a lot because this feels like a very clear and open timeline. I don't see too many dips of going into a different frequency. I feel very clear and open. Like I've really packed things, put things to bed. That's how it feels. We have the Knight of Swords for your person's energy towards you. Knight of Swords. This person's going to be very intrigued by you. I see this person wanting to talk to you a lot. There's this feeling of this person as well though, like I don't know why, I don't know whether you guys feel iffy about it, but like this person, I see them trying to text you, speak to you a lot. There's a feeling from you guys of like, I'll see you in the physical, we'll spend time in the physical, I don't want to text, I don't, like there's something about the phone. I see your person wanting to maybe communicate a lot, text a lot, call a lot, maybe FaceTime a lot, but there's like a feeling from you. I do see you putting a barrier there, but it's almost like slow down. And there's this feeling of, I'd rather see you in person. I need to get to know you. I need to speak to you. Because there's something from your energy of like, I need to read you. I need to listen to your tone of voice. I need to make sure this is real. That's what I'm picking up from you. So I almost feel like when this person wants to spend time with you and be around you, it's almost like I'm almost being made to patiently wait, and I'm like laying foundations to make time to see you. Like I see this person being like, let's go for a walk, let's do this, let's do that, because I feel like you put in a boundary of like, I don't want loads of calls, I don't want loads of texts, I just want to see you and open up to you there and get to know you there, rather than just I don't know, there's a weird feeling with you guys with texts and calls. I don't know if you had someone in the past that you were maybe in long distance with and it was like maybe that didn't work out, or you know, I sometimes find that people can say whatever through text and phone calls, and maybe you guys are aware of that too. So it's like, no, I'd rather be around you and see your tone of voice and see all of that. There's less projection there because there's something about you like, no, show up for me, physically show up for me, I'm not doing the texting thing. There's something about that. Let me know what that's about. But I see this person making a lot of effort because it's like, I want to talk to you. Like that's how this person's coming through. I want to talk to you, I want to listen to you, I want to listen to what you have to say. I like your mind, I like the way you look at things. I like you're really funny, like I like being in your presence. This person's gonna like being in your presence, and I see them set, I keep being shown little dates being set up, like let's do this, let's do that. They definitely like to be around you physically a lot, and I see them putting a lot of effort in there. Yeah, so pile number 1. How do my pile number 1 and that person link up? What's the connecting energy between pile number 1 and that person? What's the connecting energy between, oh, we have 2 cards. We have the 8 of Wands and the Chariot. Put it like that. Okay. The 8 of Wands and the Chariot. To this person, your life's going to look very colourful when they step in. So I don't know whether you're just very different to this person. You may have a lot going on when this person comes in. I'm seeing somebody with like a schedule. So it's like gym, hair appointment. Like I see life being very colourful for you, but that's how this person's looking at your life. Like they're seeing you like that. It's almost like they want to be a part of that. Like I see you maybe trying to do things solo, and it's like, can I come? Can I, you know, Donkey with Shrek, and he's like, can I stay with you, please? Like, I feel like that's what it's going to be like. Because I do see you being in a very independent energy, which Shrek was in a very independent energy. And I just, like, I'm seeing you guys, like, going about doing your thing. But there's something about that really lights your person up. And it's almost like I want to join you. I want to kind of partner with you. And I see them wanting to do things with you physically then like that. Because it's like, oh, I'm waking up, you know, early in the morning, I'm going to the gym, can I come? Like, it's that sort of thing. Like, do you want to go to the gym with me? Like, it's that, like that. I see a lot of invitations of like, let me do that with you. Can I do that with you? Let me do that with you. And you're going to be a bit like, oh, okay. Because I think you're going to be so used to being on your own. And this person's looking at you very colourfully like that. It's like, oh, they do this, they do that. They have this hobby, they do that. And I don't know, I feel very intrigued by you when I'm in your person's energy. It's like, I want to do that too. I want to, you know, go to far, far away. I want to see all of that. Like, that's how it feels. It's actually quite cute. I'm hearing Harry Styles' song. I love this energy, by the way. This is a really lovely energy, but I'm hearing Harry Styles' song, Adore You. Just let me adore you. I'm hearing that. I see this person as well, because I have to be honest with you, your energy as well is coming through a little bit. You may have a bit of a poker face. That's what Spirit's saying. Like, I see a rigidness because this person feels very loving and very emotionally loving and very open like that. And I see you almost like keeping a poker face but inside feeling giddy, but you're keeping a poker face. It's like, I don't want you to see me sweat yet. I do see that from you guys. So it's like, I don't want to like when you think of Shrek and like Donkey, like Shrek obviously, even though he said that like Donkey was annoying him or whatever, and he'd, you know, act out, and inside I know Shrek really liked having Donkey there. Like, of course he liked having Donkey there. So there's gonna be this feeling of like, that this is how your person's gonna feel as well. Like, I know you like it when I'm here, because there's this feeling of this person kind of wanting to be around you, and then you kind of roll in your eyes in like a light-hearted way, and it's like, I know you like it when I'm here. I know you enjoy my company, that sort of thing. Because I see you being a bit can't sweat yet, can't show that they have my heart yet, sort of thing. I can't show that I like this person. You know the Selena Gomez song Bad Liar? It's kind of like that. So there's going to be a bit of a poker face and a bit of a but inside you're like, no, I actually kind of like that you're here, sort of thing. Yeah. They're very intrigued by you though. Very, very intrigued by you. Pile number 1, please, Spirit Guides. Timelines opening up in love for my pile number 1s. I would say that yours is quite imminent. I would say that it wouldn't shock me if in the next year your person would come in. Because like I said, you're in the oven. We're just waiting for the flour to raise. Yeah. Pile number It's like, think of it like the cake and like you're the flour raising, your person's the icing, but like it would have been stupid to have put the icing in with all of the ingredients when they were being mixed together, because why would you do that? You're not decorating the cake then, you're decorating a pile of gloop, you know what I mean? Or like, all the ingredients were in the packets, what's the point in getting the icing out? We haven't even opened the packets of the flour and the, you know, eggs or whatever yet. Like, they needed to be mixed together, they needed to be, you know, mixed and gone round in the bowl, they needed to be popped into the oven, like that needed to happen for the icing to go on. That's kind of how Spirit's referencing. And I feel like you'll understand as well when you meet this person, oh, that's why I had to go through that process, that's why I was on my own for a little bit, that's what, like, that makes sense now. Pile number 1. We have children. Your love life is being affected by children. It could be that you have kids or they have kids, but to be honest with you, I feel like with the children card, what I'm getting there is you're both going to be connected, because like I said, solar plexus energy, it's like Leo energy, 5th house energy. You're going to be connected by your inner children. I feel like you're going to connect on that level. I think that you look at life in kind of like a wondrous way, and I feel like you'll be connecting back with your inner child when this person comes in. This person feels very connected to their inner child too. I feel like they do look at life in a very open way too. I think that's one of the things you both have aligned with each other, because I see you both doing things to nurture your inner child. I do feel like this may be the person you have kids with as well. Pile number 1. What timelines are opening up in love for my pile ones? We have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. If you know that there are maybe still some wounds specifically connected to your solar plexus and worthiness that connect you to somebody from your past, I would say definitely make sure that you are working through those when they come up and you're not burying them down, because I feel like this person coming in was always going to come in when this ship sailed, when that other ship sailed, when you were ready to move past a certain energy. That's when this person was going to come in, because it's a frequency shift, you know. Like, I feel like there was somebody in your energy that you were aligning with and you had to move past that before this person came in. And that's where I was being shown, like, that's why I had to go that way. There's a strong magnetic connection here, chemistry. I mean, that's what I was being shown at the beginning. I see you guys resonating. I don't see awkward moments. Like, I don't see that. Like, sometimes when I do readings like this, I'll see two people meet and they feel kind of awkward. There's kind of like a familiarity and inner knowing when you meet this person. Yeah, and I see you guys having a lot in common and having a lot to talk about. Yeah, and the back of the deck we have healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. I feel like you and this person may have had to work through and clear some ancestral karma. I think you and this person may have had some sort of, like, because of the emotional depth I see with you and your person, you don't reach that emotional depth by just skating through life wrapped in cotton wool. You reach that emotional depth by maybe having to hit rock bottom and, you know, rise up from it. You reach that emotional depth by understanding and gaining empathy for people, by having something cracked open within yourself. For you both to have such a deep heart space and a deep way of looking at life, and it mirroring each other, I think you both may have had similar scenarios in maybe clearing family karma or working on matters of the heart, and maybe having to forgive people and move on from people. Yeah, that's what I'm being shown here. That's what I mean. You have a lot in common. That there's a lot, like your upbringings, the way you look at life, the way you want to raise kids, the way you want to build, the way you look at career. Like, there's a lot of similarities with the person coming in. Yeah, so pile number 1, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey part 2, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what timelines are opening up for you in love. So you guys chose the chrysoprase. I'm going to start with tarot and then we'll move on to your oracle cards. So let's get in. So pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2. What timelines in love are opening up to my pile number 2s? What timelines in love are opening up to my pile number 2s? We have the 3 of Swords. Don't be alarmed. Pile number 2. What timelines in love are opening up to my pile number 2s? We have the 5 of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles. If I can get to the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles. And one more card, please, for guys. What timelines are opening up in love to my pile number Knight of Swords. And the back of the deck we have the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands, okay. 3 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. I see a lot of frustration when it comes to love for you guys, to be honest with you, and I feel like because I see you, there's almost this energy of why don't I have that, why don't I have that, and then there's like a frustration. And I feel like connections that you've had, and I know you may be like, we'll get to the point when someone coming in, I know you're probably thinking that, but I have to bring through how spirit's walking me through it. I can't push, I literally just bring the messages through, and this is what I'm being told to talk about. You've had connections in this lifetime. I almost feel like I'm stuck in a rut, like I'm kind of going round in a cycle where I see you guys connecting to people that it's like they're not valuing you, and not because they don't see your worth. It's like I see a light and I just want to like take from it, or I see somebody giving and I just want to take from it, and it's like I'm not pouring back in. I keep being shown a cup of like water and it's like I'm taking from it, I'm not respecting it, and I'm not pouring back into it. And then that's not honoring you then. That's not honoring you as a person. It's almost like you've had connections that have had people look at you like a healer or a teacher, or like that giver that's like nurturing, but then it's like they're not giving it back. And I feel like that's caused a lot of pain for you, a lot of friction, and it's caused you to look within and really look at your worthiness and feel and really get to grips with the feeling of feeling unworthy. And I feel like maybe in your earlier life you may have learned in childhood that you need to give and self-sacrifice and give a lot to be with someone or to be given love back, which is that happens sometimes with children when they're young. They'll learn that they've got to give a lot of themselves, and they'll carry that on into adulthood, because how would they know any better? And I feel like the connections that you had, because they're giving me a story, were triggering that, because I keep being shown you with a cup open and just opening it to people, and it's like it's almost like straight away, like I have love for you, I'm going to give to you, I'm going to be very open with you. And I feel like you've had that taken advantage of, and I feel like you've really learned how to have boundaries with people. I feel like it's triggered you to really have boundaries with people and put boundaries in, and really pour that beautiful cup into yourself first and understand your own needs. And I feel like that was a journey you were supposed to go on before bringing somebody in. I feel like in your earlier life you may have people pleased a lot. Again, it wasn't your fault, it was something that you would have learned through your childhood, and that's a period of clearing that you would have gone through, or there was a period of introspective. I see you being very introspective and really analysing situations and connections that would have caused friction, kind of throwing those wands onto the floor and kind of looking at it like, okay, how can I stop this from happening moving forward, and where do I feel unworthy, where do I feel like I have to give all of myself and then not have that back, where's that coming from? That's where I see you guys stepping into an egg. It's literally like an egg you're stepping inside, and it's almost like there's a alchemization taking place. While the alchemization taking place, there is frustration still, because it's like those connections didn't work out for me, and now I'm on my own, and now there's no one around me, and now I'm working on this and that, and there's like frustration while it's going on, which is valid. But Spirit's saying that time alone, and that time clearing, and that time working through those wounds, that was actually an opportunity to clear anything that was keeping you going round in circles in an old energy. So there's a clearing taking place, and when these clearings happen, it doesn't happen overnight. And the purpose of them isn't to just be open for another connection with someone else. It's to be the best version of ourselves for us and see ourselves as that love. And that's a process that you've been on. And I'm aware that you're probably feeling frustrated. Like, okay, when is it going to end? When is this person going to come in? There is someone for you, but I have to be honest with what's coming through. Right now, you're still being called to pour into yourself and balance your own energies. I know I'm going to get a couple of thumbs down and people aren't going to like that, but this is what's coming through. Spirit really want to reference and talk about you. There's almost this, there is no rush. Like, I keep almost wanting to hold someone, and there's this feeling of there is no rush. And then I'm being taken to the solar plexus, and it's like, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm building myself up from there. That light that maybe, or that approval that I felt that I've needed, or that person to come back and tell me I'm worthy, or somebody to tell me I'm worthy. It's like I'm looking in the mirror and I'm feeding that to myself. And I see you guys being in a process of that right now while you're building that up within you. And Spirit's really wanting me to focus on that, and it's very much taken over the reading to really focus on that coming through, because I feel like the phase that you've been in hasn't been about another person coming in, another relationship coming in, because there's a strong adamance coming in of like, don't center your life around that, you know. Pour into you right now. You need you right now. There's a strong focus of it. I am going to pull some more cards and see what may then come over the horizon, but I think Spirit wanted to reference that before getting into it, and I had to bring that through because nothing else would come in but that, and I can't fake a message like it just comes in or it doesn't. So can you tell me anything about time? Because the thing is about your timelines right now, they feel shifty. There's no solid timeline because of shifts, because of maybe things you're working on, maybe things that have triggered and have come up for you. It's like a tornado swirling around. There's no solid structure, and that's a good thing because it means you're not where you were, and that was the point, you know. So things feel dismantled, which is why there's such a focus on self right now, because while working on self and pouring into yourself and elevating yourself that way without realizing it while you're focusing on it, there's a foundation being placed in. So we're going to see what's coming through, but right now it's like you've been lifted off something and you're kind of in the air. So there's nothing concrete yet. Pile number 2, potential timelines that will open. We have the Hanged Man. Potential timelines are opening up to 7 of Cups. Potential timelines opening up in love for my pile number 2s. The Chariot. Yeah, I keep being shown 1 foot in the past and 1 foot in the future. There's no 2 feet in one reality yet, because of this clearing that's happening. I think sometimes you may forget as well that a lot of, like I said in the intro, the timelines that we're shifting onto and aligning with, they will shift according to what we're working on, what we're clearing, and what we want for ourselves. So with that 3 of Cups energy, I keep being shown a past energy that could easily make its way back in, or it's like a new energy coming in. I'm not being shown, like, I'm so sorry because I know that may be where you clicked on the video, but I'm not being shown like a specific scenario of how a relationship's coming in. There's just 2 feet with the 3 of Cups. It's like you're in the middle, there's a foot here and there's a foot here, and it's like past energy, new energy, and it's like it's up to me which one I choose. But there's almost like I need to let go of like a rope. I need to let go of a reins. I need to like let go with the Hanged Man here. I need to like let go and really focus on building myself up, and that's what's going to take me. Because I keep, how do I put this into words? 7 of Cups, 4 of Swords. You may be trying to fight to come out of this egg prematurely and open up and maybe come out of like a shadow phase or an awakening, or like a isolated phase where you've been working on things. You may be trying to fight to come out of it prematurely, but it's like everything's still a gloop. Like I'm being shown a cocoon, everything's still a gloop. And if you were to jump out of it early, it's almost like that same old scenario would come in. So that's why it's like you're still in that cocoon, so that when you pop out as a butterfly, you'll then align with the other butterfly. But it's like if you're coming out as this gloop, you're still going to be aligned more with the caterpillar phase, if that makes sense. Like there's a really big shift in your heart energies and the way you look at love. But the more it's like I'm fighting to come out and I'm pushing because I really want a relationship and I really want this and that, it's like it's pulling me further away from it. It's taking me into an old reality. Whereas what's bringing you into this butterfly reality, this other frequency, is like the Hanged Man. It's like I'm falling back and I'm surrendering and I'm just happy here in this egg, and I'm just focusing on self, and I'm happy here. I enjoy my own company, and when the frustrations may come up and the anger may come up and it's triggering, I'm feeding into it. Like I'm allowing myself to feel it. Why do I feel this way? What is this feeling? Why is it coming up? Why do I feel this way? Why am I, maybe longing for something? Or why do I feel like I need maybe somebody to come back and apologize? Whatever it is you're working on, it's like feeling into it and allowing that to surrender. I feel like that's what brings you to this person. But I have to be honest, Spirit's not too adamant on bringing that other connection coming, because it's not set in stone yet, because the way you're being shown to me is like gloop. But I'm gonna still do what I did for pile number 1 and look at your energy to the person coming in and the person's energy to you, because I'm going to follow the same format, otherwise it wouldn't be fair. And I'll see maybe if something comes in then, because maybe they'll give us a key. But I know this probably is not going the way you wanted it to go, and I'm sorry, but that's what's coming through. Pile number 2. What is my pile number 2's energy going to be like when the person on the timeline they're aligning with comes in? What is their energy towards this person going to be? Oh God, pile number 2. What is... I'm being told nothing's set in stone, which is why maybe when you... If you've watched other love readings, you may find that you're getting completely different answers of your next relationship and stuff, especially if you watch love readings. It's happening because nothing's set in stone. You're still evolving, clearing, working through something, which is why you're not getting straight answers if that's been happening for you. Pile number 2. What is pile number 2's energy and frequency and feelings going to be when they meet this person that will come in? What is pile number 2? We have the Hierophant. Pile number 2. What is pile number 2's person that comes in? What is that energy going to be like? We have the Star. Okay. This feels... I feel like the next person you're in the relationship, it does feel very divinely guided. I don't know if it's ancestral karma you've been working through, but I keep being shown 2 people that would have had like thorns in their heart space, and it's like they would have picked those thorns out, and it's almost like while they're picking those thorns out, yes, it's a healing stage, but then aligning with each other almost soothes each other, and they go through a healing stage together. And there's a strong gentleness that I'm picking up here. So there's a lot of divine timing at play. I know people don't like to hear the word divine timing, but it is a matter of frequency. Everything is a matter of frequency. I think you both would have gone through a tower moment when you meet each other. I think that the next person you're in a relationship with, you're probably going to marry. And I think that's why there's such a focus on self, because it's like preparation. Yeah, the next person, because there's like a binding. So it's like, and it's like a soul binding as well. Like, this is someone that you would have had a lot of lives with. This is someone you're going to marry and have kids with. When we have children with someone as well, and we bring life into this world, it's very karmic when we do that, because we have that person's ancestral line and our ancestral line binding together to create a being, and that being's going to take on those frequencies of both of that. That's why you're pulling those thorns out, aligning with each other, and then it's like you're aligning together. It's like clearing a vessel before getting it to run. It's like that's what's happening, which is why there's such a focus for you and your person right now, because it's a person that I'm being shown now working on themselves too, or clearing something, or it's like clearing something out. Like I'm being shown a pipe and I put cleaner down it and I'm clearing it out. And by that I mean working through certain difficult emotions, or putting things into order. It could be physically, like one of you could be really focused on your career because you're supposed to be right now, and getting the finances in flow, while the other person is maybe internally working on things. But that's when you align, when there's foundations already set, and that's where you build together. I don't know if you guys are quite traditional in love, because that's how it's kind of coming up as well, because I feel like you both share the same value of love. Like there's a depth and there's a loyalty that you both share that's aligning you together. I'm really being hushed though on too much of what goes on in this connection, because Spirit's almost like, don't let that be the focus. Yeah, and when I say spirit, it's more so your higher selves. So I'm going to look at your aligning energy, what connects you both together in regards to both of your frequencies. When you meet, there's a lot of, when I say hush hush, it's not being kept on you from you on purpose, because I keep feeling a frustration. I feel like there was a part of your journey that wasn't supposed to be about relationships. I think that there was like a karmic period where you were clearing things, and then I feel like there was a part of your journey where you were supposed to be on your own and working through things, and it was more to do with like why you chose to incarnate as well. You weren't being punished, because I feel like there would have been a time where you would have looked at it like you were being punished, and you weren't. Had you had connections in that time period, they would have just taken from you, because it was like an old frequency. What is the frequency that connects pile number 2 and a future person? The moon. There's a lot of divinity at play here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Wheel of Fortune. It's like we're turning, it's like we had to clear, you know when you see those wheels and they've all got to turn and they're all attached to each other and they make something work? It's like we had to clear all of the, there was like a spanner connected so the wheel wasn't turning, and there was like a block stuck inside, and we've had to like clear that and get it to work. We've had to reboot it, and then open up. I feel like you and this person, I feel like you specifically, I think you're born healers, I think you're Clairsentient, and I think you've cleared a lot in your life. And I think being kept from certain people as well, because I feel like there's people that you would have wanted connections with, and I think they really would have burdened you or taken from you. I think you were being really protected, even if at the time you felt like, why is this happening to me? I think there are connections where you've been pulled away from it, but you were really protected. You may not have felt like it at the time, but you were. I feel like you and this person connect to each other emotionally. I feel like you and this person have had to maybe go through and clear the same wounds as each other, kind of similar to pile number 1. You could have been drawn to pile number 1 as well. It could be that pile number 1 is the timeline you then jump on to, but with the moon card here, I just feel like there's a strong psychic connection. There's a very, like, it feels divine union. Like, I keep being shown the yin yang symbol. One of you really aligning with a really strong divine feminine energy, the other of you divining with a very strong divine masculine energy, and then aligning together like that. Like, this feels very soulful is what I'm trying to say. And as far as the physical things coming through, I'm not being given anything there. I'm just being shown more the energetic process of it. And I know maybe, again, that's not what you want to hear, but I think that right now, the reason Spirit's shown you that, maybe you're feeling quite frustrated in regards to love right now and feeling stuck. But I keep wanting to say there's a connection that you're upset about, but you were being saved from it. Like, that person wasn't able to give you what you deserved. You were meant to be loved very deeply and seen very deeply, and maybe that person didn't see you deeply. Maybe they were incapable of seeing you that deeply. They hadn't met themselves as deeply. You have. So it's like you were meant to have someone that was like a half, you know, that other half of you. Pile number, because there's people that would have really taken from you. Pile number 2, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 2 is next relationship. We have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So maybe there was a specific person that might have triggered certain wounds within you, and that's what you went into that egg to clear. I think that the next person that comes in was going to come in when you left that person behind and moved past that person, and cleared the wounds that maybe they would have triggered within you. Not that we're supposed to be this fully healed person when we open up to relationships, but usually when we have attachments to someone or a specific energy, we'll play out karmic scenarios until we've cleared it. Sometimes that does happen. Pile number, you know the saying, the only way out is through. I feel like you would have had to really work through something quite heavy. Luna's here. Hi, Lily. Pile number 2. We have flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. Pile number, I feel as well you may have looked at love in a very painful way. There may have been some wounds into how you looked at love, and there may have been like a fear of fully being seen and loved like that, or like an abandonment wound. And I think when your person comes in, you know, the next person that comes in for you, you're going to feel very lighthearted about love. You're going to feel very open and kind of whimsical about love, because you're going to be very centered in self. So it's like, I trust myself. Like, if this person stays or if this person leaves, it doesn't matter. I'm just open to seeing connections and see how they go. There's going to be like a lighthearted energy when you're stepping in, which is going to allow you to then, you know, meet that person that you kind of grow with, because there's no like push and pull, I need to run, what if this person abandons me, like, and I'm not saying wounds won't come up, but there's like an emotional tool that it's almost like you're kind of equipped with. Then it's like, oh, let me just be lighthearted, I trust myself. You know, it's gonna be, the waters maybe a bit calmer then, if that makes sense. Pile number 2, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 2 is next. What's opening up in love? We have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. This is what I keep being shown. It's both of you. One of you is currently on a bit of a solo journey because you're working on things internally. The other of you is on a bit of a solo journey but working on things physically, working on money, working on career, working on building themselves up. It could be that you're both working on both at the same time, but there's a balance coming out of one of you focused on one thing and one of you focused on the other thing. Hi Nini, love you. So because of that, that's then what aligns you when there's something set in stone. Like, I'm getting my worthiness from myself. I am worthy because I say I'm worthy, or I am loved unconditionally. I begin with love, I end with love, so I'm open to love. Like, that's happening for one of you. And then the others of you, it's like, I'm establishing myself physically, I'm you know, sowing roots. I'm like building this tree. I'm putting everything in order. I'm building something up. So there's like something you're both energetically working on right now. The back of the deck, you have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. That again is pertaining to that past energy that I'm picking up on, that you guys are clearing right now with release your ex. I feel like I see someone from your past, like you're giving so much they're taking, but then it's almost like you may not have been given a lot in your earlier life, like affection and love. So you learn to kind of maybe project that. How do I put this into words? You may have learned to protect your inner child, project that you had your needs met by overgiving to other people. So then in later life, in relationships, it's like you aligned with people that were emotionally unavailable. And it was almost like, if I can give and give and give and give to you, and give my love to you and show you unconditional love, then maybe you'll love me back. So it's almost like I'm playing out the scenario from childhood through my relationships, because my inner child's playing it out. And then something was triggered because it was triggering that wound from childhood, and it's like now I'm looking at it and I'm going, okay, now I need to, it's almost like an ego death. It's like, who am I when I'm not overgiving or tailoring myself to everyone's needs? Like, what are my needs? What do I truly want in a relationship? What do I want? And then maybe looking at people from the past and going, you didn't actually meet any of my needs. I just wasn't in tune with them at the time. So there's that clearing coming out. And as you get to know your needs and empower yourself, that's when, you know, it's like, okay, I'm ready for a relationship, or I'm ready to open up. And it's like that egg cracks. But there's a clearing attached to someone that triggered something from your childhood, or energies from your childhood, and it's about how you looked at love, and the frequencies with love, they're being shifted and cleared for you to have that beautiful love, because you deserve that beautiful love and you always did. And that's the process. It's not that you're being put in that egg until you're worthy of love. You're being put in that egg until you realize you were always worthy of love, even in those moments when you felt like you weren't. And when you realize that, the egg cracks. There was never a point where you weren't. Yeah, so pile 2, I know I'm gonna get some thumbs down for that reading, because I know that's not what a lot of people want to hear. But when I open up, Spirit give me the messages and I pass it through. I can't fake, I can't force, I can't just lie and put cards down. I have to just let whatever's coming through flow. That's what flowed through. I really hope that you were able to take what you needed from the reading, even if it wasn't what you may have clicked on the reading for. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what potential timelines are opening up in love for you. So you guys chose the honey calcite. I'm going to start with tarot, and then we're going to move on to your oracle cards. So let's get in. So pile number 3, please. I'm hearing that song, Don't Stop Me Now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. I'm hearing that. Pile number 3. I just dropped a card, I'm sure of it. Guys, I was literally about to shuffle and one of the cards just fell down by the side of the floor, and I had to bend in a really weird position to go and grab it. With that happening, as I opened up to your reading and I was talking about like a potential timeline opening up, I think you're going to be quite shocked and surprised with the person that comes in regards to your next relationship and what's opening up to you. I feel like maybe the person that comes in may differ from your usual type, or it may be different from what you expected, or the relationship may be different from what you expected, or this feels so fresh. So this is going to be someone that you've never met before. this person's going to activate things in you that I don't even think you're aware of yet, like parts of your personality that you're not even aware of yet. And I think that's the purpose of this next relationship for you. And I think that you're going to be quite shocked with maybe moves that you make when you meet this person, or parts of you that pop out when you meet this person, because I think this person's going to be like soul food for you coming in. And I think there's a very, because I'm being shown 2 swords crossing, but by that I mean they're touching. It's like, this is meant to happen, this was fated, you were always going to meet this person. And I think that you're always going to meet this person at a specific point, because I think that they were about to activate and bring things to life within you, them too. But I think that there's a lot that you and this person have to teach each other. And I think that I want to say think on your feet, like in the sense of, you know, when you prepare for something like a role and you think of all the possible scenarios of, like, I do it a lot when I go out because I'm quite an introvert, and I'm like, right, you know, what if this happens, what if that happens, and what if I have to speak to this person, and I prep, you know. There's no prepping with this connection. There's this think of your feet feel that this person brings to you. Like, this person's going to be a bit of a wild card, I think, or maybe that's the way you look at them. And I think that there's a very spontaneous feel to this person. I just saw 333 on the clock. Yeah, I think this person's just going to pop into your life unexpectedly. Let me lay some cards. So what potential timelines are opening up to my pile number 3s in love? What potential timelines are opening up to my pile number 3s in love? What potential timelines are opening up to my pile number 3s in love? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, please, Spirit Guides. What timelines are opening up in love? We have the Empress. This feels like a very fresh connection. Pile number 3. 8 of Wands. This person's going to be very flirty. I just heard flirty and... what is it? 30 and flirty and thriving. From 13 going on 30. Pile number 3. Pile number 3's next relationship. Page of Pentacles. Back of the deck we have 7 of Swords, interestingly enough. Why do we have the 7 of Swords at the back of the deck first off? I want to start with that, please. Why have we got that? Because that's so different to anything that I'm kind of pulling through. 7 of Swords. Okay, so when this person comes in, there's like a restart of a car. I'm being shown, like a car being restarted. You know when you get the like you like jump start the car? That's what I'm being shown, and I feel like that's how this person's coming into you. Your walls are going to be up at first. I don't think that you are going to fully trust this person when they come in, because I think that you may, similar to Pal, when you may have been clearing, or you may have been working on wounds, you may have been single for some time, or you may have just been hurt before. You may just have trust issues from before. So there's a much needed, like, I'm being shown, do you know when people do the cross and like stay back, like they do that? There's a feeling of that with this person, because there's almost a feeling of like, there's this TikTok or like a Vine or like a meme of Tiffany Pollard, New York, and she's like, not you. Not you. And I feel like you may feel that way when this person comes in, but it's almost coming across as funny because it's lighthearted with you also, but it's almost like, I think sometimes your biggest fear is really being seen and thinking on your feet, and just it's almost like, I need to cocoon myself, I need to be an introvert, I need to be in my shell, like I need to or I'm like in my head, and I don't want to be center of attention. I don't want the spotlight on me. This person's coming in, bringing you into the spotlight. Like, come on, like, you know, when 13, it's funny 13 going on 30 was referenced to me, because there's a scene when Jenna Rink is like dancing to Thriller, and no one wants to dance with her because it's like, oh my god. And the boy, the love interest, Matty, he really isn't that type, and he does not want to dance, like especially in front of all these people he doesn't know. And she starts doing the thriller dance, and she brings him, and you can see his resistance. He's like, I don't want to. But in the end, everyone in the scene is like dancing, and obviously Matty, the guy, he's dancing, and they have like a good night. Anyway, that's how this feeling of this connection is. It's like you guys seeing this person coming towards you and bringing you in to dance, and you being like, no. But it's like they get you to be loose and like lighten up in a way. Sorry for the croaks and noises on the railings here, guys. I know it sounds really weird, but it's just me moving about because I'm very animated when I speak and I move my hands a lot. But yeah, I see you guys being like, not you, like, no, like, because this person, it's not like intense. It's like there may be like insecurities of you popping out your shell or standing up for yourself, and this person's gonna bring it out. It's like, I'm bringing it out. Like, you know you want to dance, like, let's do it. Like, I'm being shown someone doing the cha-cha slide. So this person's very flirty and fun and lighthearted and very confident, it feels, in their place in the world and showing up and taking up space. You may be aligning to start doing that. This person's part of that process. This person's like cheerleading you into that process. And I think that's part of the process of this connection, is really bringing you out of your shell and having you make noise and take up space and stand in your truth and be like, I said what I said, you know? This is my opinion. I have an opinion. That's what this person's doing, and I think that this connection is going to be incredibly healing for you, though I do feel a little bit of a daunting feeling. But growth doesn't come from staying in the comfort zone, and I think that this person's going to bring you out of your comfort zone, which is really beautiful, and I see a lot of fun. But for the first, the first couple of dates, or the first initial couple of meetings, or while you're getting to know this person, there may be like a daunting feeling, because when I opened up the card fell and I had to bend in a weird way that wasn't natural to me, and I was like, oh, why did that just happen? Like, I'm gonna knock the camera, and I almost didn't want to go down. I was like, I want to leave the card there, but I was like, no, because there's a reason for this, and I had to bend in a way that was uncomfortable. So it's like, not that you're having to change who you are. This person, there's parts of you that are alive within you that maybe you sometimes feel scared to showcase. Like, I see someone with a beautiful voice and being too scared to sing. Somebody with great opinions and being too scared to bring that out. Someone with the best personality but almost wanting to hide it away. Maybe feeling like people might project on you and things like that. This person's gonna like unapologetically have you on your feet, like, and this person's gonna make you laugh. Like, I'm seeing belly laughs, literal belly laughs. This person's also going to activate you and make you feel very good. So they're gonna really big you up, make you feel good. Little talents that you have is like, do it. They're gonna really push you out of your comfort zone to do things, which is really beautiful. And I think that they're going to have you in this period of growth, but it's physical growth. And I see you feeling very happy in that time period, doing things that are quite daunting. It's like it's like I'm leaping, and this person's kind of like the net, like they're helping me kind of come out of my shell like that. Knight of Pentacles, the Empress, Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles. I also see this person. Okay, this is why there's going to be like a tailoring happening, because you are somebody that you may be in your head a lot. This person isn't. This person may have like their moon in the first house. This person's very, I say it, I feel something, I'm going to say it. When this person feels a way, they're just going to show up and say it. However, the way they look at life, then they expect people to just show up and say how they feel. You may be somebody that keeps your feelings to yourself for some time, or sometimes has trouble expressing. Because there's a feeling of having trouble expressing what's going on in the inside. You're going to learn to come out of your shell with expressing how you feel and being open with how you feel to this person. Because I feel like this person very open, are kind of expecting that kind of back, and then I see you being on mute a little bit, and then I see this person maybe express it like, do you like me, do you not like me? So it's almost like they're bringing that out. It's like you have no choice but to say a feeling and bring that feeling out, you know, or you have no choice to express something like, why do you pull away sometimes? And then it's like you have to express it because you want to keep this connection with this person. So it's like I have to let them know my fears, or I have to let them know my worries, or I have to let them know these things. But it's like getting it out and feeling comfortable and confident in those feelings and voicing them. That's going to be like a very big moment of growth for you. And I think with your person as well, I think that they're going to learn to, because I'm looking from there, but I'm going to pull more cards in a second, but I'm trying to like tap into like what they're learning, and because it's 2 swords crossing, so it's like, what are you teaching this person? This person's learning with you to dig deeper, because there's a very deep emotional connection here that I think both of you don't anticipate at all. And I think that this person wants to keep that connection with you. So it's almost like, I need to slow down, I need to be gentle, I need to take my time, I need to swim to these depths, I need to go deep, I need to pace myself, I need to take my time and nurture this, you know? Because I think this person's used to people like, oh, you coming my way? Yeah, I'm coming your way. And it's like, it's like a, how do I explain this? They're used to connections where, I'm not saying they haven't had to nurture the relationship, but it's been quite easy. People have just said what was on their mind, and it's been quite easy for them in that way. This connection's coming in where, because I'm not going to lie, this person in the past may have been someone that was in a relationship and then another relationship and then another relationship, but there would have been a moment where they crashed and burned and was like, well, I'm clearly going wrong somewhere because I'm just going from relationship to relationship. So they would have taken time out, and then you're teaching them to move slow and go deep. Whereas you're someone that may have not had many relationships and had to, you know, you've been in your head a lot. And then this person's teaching you to be more lighthearted, and you to be more open, and you to express things. So it's like you're bringing each other to each other's level, you know? So it's very, a lot of growth for both of you, you know? Pile number 3, please, Spirit Guides. What is my pile 3's person's energy and frequency towards pile number 3's person when they come in? We have the Chariot. Pile number 3. Move the crystal over there. I don't know. Pile number 3. What is pile number 3's person's energy towards pile 3 when they come in? Death. Okay. Okay. And what is the conjoining energy between both of them? The frequency between both of them. What is the conjoining energy? I don't think they're gonna think that you like them. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they're gonna think that you like them. The back of the deck is the Hermit. Both of you would have been single for a bit, I think. Took a little bit of time out to maybe do healing or work on self. When I look at your energy towards this person, I think that you're gonna have your guard up. Like I said, it's like, not you, like, not like, there's no way. Like, there's such a daunting feeling, and I see you maybe at that point having a lot of things under control in your life. So, you know, you could be like waking up every morning, going to the gym, you could be like going for a run, or you could be like very focused on career and just very to yourself and putting everything in order. And it's like, I don't want anything to break this. Like, you're very controlled to the point that you're very serious, and that's what this person's having you like get a bit loose with. So when this person comes in, it's almost like you're looking at them as a threat to everything that you've put in. So you may look at it from the perspective of you're going to tear all of this down, and that's not the case at all. I think this person's having you, you know, it's okay to have a day off. Let's chill. Let's have fun. Like, do we really need to be in bed at 8 p.m. every night? Like, that's the feeling that I'm getting from this person. It's like they're having you loosen up, like, enjoy life, enjoy, have fun, like, be lighthearted. But at that moment, you're looking at them like, because I see them like, can I spend time with you? And you're like, yeah, next week at 3 p.m. I'm available. And they're like, what? Like, why is it so structured? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why are you so structured? And I feel like you put in those really strong structures, and they're almost like, they're respecting it, but they're almost poking a little bit. There's something they find about that very amusing, because you may not be impressed with them, or you may have like a very unimpressed response to them, and they just find it a little bit amusing. Like, they're respecting it, but it's like, let's be more lighthearted, let's do more fun things. It's like they're trying to bring you out of their shell and get you to like loosen up. They're very good with people, because they're referencing that they know, you know, when you have like a rock and there's a fossil and you have to like keep hammering at the rock to get the fossil, that's how they're looking at you, which is actually what you're teaching them. And like, you need to nurture this connection, you need to lay a foundation, you need to take your time with this. You need, you know, you have to, if you're trying to get like a fossil in the rock, like, you have to keep knocking and be gentle, because, you know, especially with like old artifacts and stuff, that they can be a bit flimsy. So it's like, you have to take your time, and that's how they're looking at you. Because with this Death card, it's almost like this may bring up triggers and wounds for them a little bit, because they may feel like you might not like them, which is why you're gonna have to, especially when you want to keep them in your life, that's when you're coming out of your shell to let them know, like, I'm available, like, I am into this, I'm just taking my time. And you're voicing things to them like that, voicing why may move a certain way to them. And I feel like that's what's bridging then with this Judgment card. It's like you're both pace, and this person's out of their shell and stood at the altar. You're like in your shell, closed. This person needs to take, like, learn to move slower and take steps back. You are learning to slowly open up and come out, because you're both each end of the spectrum, and that's what's linking you both together. There's so much laughter here, and it's what's funny is, with both of you like being both ends of the spectrum, I think that you both internally have a lot in common and look at life with the same kind of values. And I think the more you get to know each other, you may learn that about each other as well. Yeah, you may have like opposite like ascendants to each other. Like, you could be a Leo rising, this person could be an Aquarius rising, and so on and so on, because you are both very different, but internally you're the same, but your approach to life is different. That's why I'm thinking more ascendant, because it's like your approach to life, the way you look at the world, is very different, but inwardly it's the same. You're like two sides of the same, I'll keep these up actually, you're like two sides of the same sword. But I see you liking this person and then not wanting to like them. It's like, I really don't want to like you, but I do. I really, like, this is not the way I wanted my next connection to go. I had an idea, like, this is the thing, it's like controlling it in your brain. This is the way I wanted my next connection to go, and it doesn't go that way. And you're like, I'm annoyed because I wanted it to go this way. However, I am very intrigued, and I don't want to be intrigued, but I am. That in itself is getting you into a different energy, because it's like, oh, okay. Interesting. Pile number 3, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 3. This person may sing a lot. Pile number 3, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 3. Pile number 3 is next relationship. What can you tell me about pile number 3 is next relationship? We have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Before, you guys may have taken some time out. You both may have been codependent in different ways. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie, like, and we all have past, we all work through things. There would have been moments where maybe both of you may have been codependent in the past. Both of you may have fallen into toxic patterns in the past. But there's growth here, and I feel like you're both answers to each other's growth. But I do feel like there was a level of that codependent energy, whether it was either or both of you being in relationship to another one and not taking time out to self, or it could have been being codependent on other people seeing your worth, or codependent on other people making you feel good. Like, there's that as well. Pile number 3. This person's gonna have you grow. Like, it could have been through an ego death, and this person's like activating parts of your soul and bringing them out. You've definitely had lives together, it feels. My throat isn't back to where it's supposed to be, so apologies for the croaky voice. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, please. Pile number 3's next relationship. What can you tell me about pile number 3's next relationship? We have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. I think that's going to be a bit daunting for you. Having somebody see those deeper feelings, having somebody see that part of you, I think that's going to be pretty daunting. And I think it's going to be daunting because this person's going to ask questions. This person's talkative. This person's going to like have you answer questions and be like, why don't you like me? Or like, what, you know, why do you keep pulling away? Like, what's going on? Like, they're very vocal, but in a way that works for you as well, because they're also going to be very reassuring to you when you get into the relationship. You're never going to question where you stand with this person, but I feel for a moment this person might question where you stand, and I think that's why you then have to be like, this is where I stand. You have to reassure them by expressing yourself. That's the daunting part. Pile number 3. And we have flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. I said this person feels very flirty. This person feels very... They want to have a fun time. They want to lighten up. They want people to feel good. I feel this person's a people person. I feel like this person likes to be around people. They like to have conversations with people. They like to listen to other people's point of view. They like to talk. They like to have fun and enjoy themselves like that. They feel quite... They don't have to be super social, but I feel like if there was like an event, I feel like they'd be one of the like main people walking around talking to people. They just feel like that. And that I feel like they're going to get you out of your shell like that, because I don't feel you're fully like that. I feel like you're a people person, but it's like if you were to go into a circle of people, you would not be the one being the loudest, I don't feel, because you're more mental in your head, like analysing, which is great because you've developed it really strong. And this is why you're learning new tactics as you develop and grow, which is really, really interesting. So pile number 3, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. Oh, I do want to say, as I'm clicking out, I think you're going to be really close with their family. I think their family is very like them. That just came through. Like, I was being shown an event with family and you being very close with the family. That was just something that came through. I don't know if you grew up with a very big family, but I feel like if you didn't grow up with a very big family, this person has a very big family and you're going to be close with them. It was coming through as I was ending the reading. But like I was saying, I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. Hit the thumbs up if it resonated for you. Sending you guys all of my love, and apologies for the croaky voice. Hopefully it'll be better next time, but yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in my next reading. So thank you guys for watching. Hey powerful, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at your next relationship. So you guys chose the blue Lemurian crystal. I'm going to start with tarot and then we're going to move on to your oracle cards. I said in my video on Wednesday, I'm going to say it again. Last week I had a really bad throat and it's still very croaky. It's better, I'm not hurting or anything, but there's like a croakiness there. So apologies for the croakiness in my throat. But yeah, let's get in. So pile number 4, please, spirit guides, tap me into the collective of my pile number 4s. Pile number 4's next. Pile number 4's next relationship. What's opening up in love? What is on the horizon in love for my pile number 4's? We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This person you may meet through work. If not, there's a familiarity because there's like a friendship here first. It's like I know of you. I know who you are. I know of you. Like I'm aware of you and I know bits and pieces about you. Pile number 4. Hang on a minute. So this person could already be in your life, but as a friend or just somebody that's around. What's opening up in love for my pile number 4's? What's opening up in love for my pile number 4's? One more card, please. 10 of Wands. When you first meet, there isn't a bridge for a relationship because either one of you is already in a relationship or one of you is going through something. It's almost like it's not time yet, but we're still in each other's lives because there's something else that's being built, which I feel could possibly be a friendship. Or you could end up like working together and be around each other at that point. When you first meet, I think you're going to be drawn to each other. You'll probably find each other attractive, but I don't think anything's going to happen because there's other duties. Like I'm focused on other things. It's like, and I'm not saying it's like premature meeting. I think you're meant to meet in that moment, but it's to build a level of maybe familiarity, or it's because there's something you may be working on or focused on, or life just kind of brings you together at that point, which for some of you guys with a lot of the Pentacles, I feel like may be to do with work. It could be, you know, somebody is like your personal trainer, somebody's like doing work on your home while you're there. Like it could be something like that. But there's an initial reason for you guys meeting. Like I feel like when I say ally, I feel like this person's going to be somebody in your life that you can depend on, but it's not relationship wise yet. This person could be like a sibling to a friend that you have. This person could be like one of your siblings' friends. They're around you, fluttering around you, but there's no room for a relationship yet because you're both not at that point yet. For some of you guys, I feel like there's one of you already in a relationship or talking to somebody or not being available for this connection because you may be going, you know, working through things. Or it could be that this person's from like overseas or has to go and work overseas. So there's almost like a spanner in the works, like not yet. So it's like you're around each other and then there's almost like radio silence. Or you're around each other but there's like no movement for a little while because something's cooking. But you're still around each other and aware of each other and like each other as friends. There's something that's not moving to the next phase yet. And it's not that you're both closed off to each other, but there's like a moment that happens where it turns into something else that I'm being told to hush hush on. 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Wands. It could be somebody that you're lightheartedly talking to as well, but then they may have to move somewhere, so you just agree to be friends in that moment. And then while you're friends in that moment, something grows and evolves into something more. And then you just end up in a relationship from there. So like imagine you start speaking to somebody, but they get like a job offer somewhere and then it's like they go away. So it's like, oh, let's just be friends then for now. We'll just keep in touch. So you just kind of keep in touch. And you're aware of each other and you'll talk now and then, but nothing serious comes of it because you're both far away. But then this person may come back and then it's like, boom, a relationship happens. It's like, oh, by the way, I'm back. We can start now, you know? Something like that happens with this connection. Like it's not plain sailing, but something still, like there's still like something building even when you're not like physically around each other or you can't physically be together. That's what I'm being shown. and neither of you are looking for a relationship or really care for one. It's like I'm open, but it's not the centerpiece of my life. Like you're very focused on other things. I feel like you're both very focused maybe on your work, or just in your life in general. I see somebody painting a drawing, so I don't know if some of you paint or draw, but there's something about that. You may be, you know, working on like hobbies and stuff like that. That may be your work. And it could be that you work for a company and you meet this person and then you kind of get on really well, but then this person's kind of sent to a different town for the same company but in a different town, but then you still see each other from time to time, but then that person moves back. It's that sort of thing that kind of brings you out. And that's where it's like there's almost this feeling of like, okay, second go around, like this is, let's try this again properly now. So I don't know, you could start something but it's very light-hearted and something happens, but you kind of come back together. It's quite interesting. So I'm going to pull some cards now and see what your energy is towards your person when you meet, like the frequency you're in, their energy, and then what kind of like connects you to each other and get a bit deeper. So what is pile number 4's energy and feelings going to be towards their person? How are they going to feel? They're definitely, you know, sometimes I get this, well, like if somebody's meant to be something in my life, even if it's something like a karmic connection or something like that, they'll have like a, like I'll feel something with them. Like I know that that's like a soul tribe member. I know that's like part of my soul family. I know there's a link there. I may not know what it's going to lead to. It may not lead to anything. They may just teach me something or trigger something in me, but I know that there's like a link there. I know there's something there. That's how you're going to feel towards this person. Like you're going to feel very good about this person. I think you're going to like this person. Pile number 4. Pile number 4. How are they going to feel energetically towards their person? What is their frequency and energy going to be that's extended to this person? Queen of Pentacles. What is pile number 4's person's energy going to be towards pile 4? What is the extended energy? 9 of Cups. And what is the link? What is the frequency between them? What is the link? What is the link? Page of Swords. Okay. Back of the deck we have Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so your energy towards this person, you're in a very divine feminine energy. You're not in an energy where you're searching outside of yourself. You don't have expectations on this connection because I don't think anything's necessarily been established in the beginning. So when there is this rift or when there is this, and it's not a bad rift, it's just something that happens, neither one of you are pushing and pulling, you're just allowing it to kind of happen that way. You're just allowing that space in between because there was no expectations on the situation. You're not moved either way. You're just very open if it's meant to come in. I see you being very strongly in divine feminine energy. I feel like that's your native energy to be in. And I see you being in the energy of receiving. So I almost feel you're not the one that moves away from this person. I feel like this person may move away from you or have other things to deal with because you feel very solidified in where you are. And it's like, I'm just open to whatever comes in. And I think that your natural attraction there is what's drawing this person in. I see you being very receptive, open. I see there's almost like a calling out of your energy. Because you're in that receiving energy, it's almost like something's being drawn into you, and that's why your person feels like they're being drawn in. I think as well, you're going to have very strong established boundaries and very strong wants and needs. And I feel like that's maybe why this person moves. Maybe they don't feel like they're ready, or they're not able to bring in what. If this person has to move away, it's like, I know that this person deserves this and this is what they would want from a relationship. I'm moving away, so I can't give that. So let's just stay as friends for now. And then when I come back, I'll be able to give that to them. Or if life puts us on the path, then we can. So it's like they're very respectful of you in that way. And I think when they come back, with them being the 9 of Cups, it's like, I see them seeing you as like a wish fulfillment, or I see them seeing you as someone that has things that they admire. Like they definitely admire you. So it's like, they come in and kind of like pour that into you then, if that's what makes sense, because they're in a very divine masculine energy. Doesn't matter what gender you are, this is just an energy, because I see them wanting to make moves. Yeah. Have you heard this song? I don't know where the song's from, but it's like on TikTok a lot, and it's like, I'm coming back for you, baby. Like, I'm hearing that. So that's kind of how they feel towards you. This isn't done yet. This isn't finished yet. I'm coming back for this. I want this. You know? I feel like they definitely have a crush on you, and they may have like a silent crush for a minute. They might be quite flirty with you when they're first initially around you. Yeah, I keep hearing that. I'm coming back for you, baby. I keep hearing it. Page of Swords in the middle. I keep hearing from your person like, F it. I'm just going to dive in. F it, I'm just going to dive in. I'm going to take the plunge. I'm going to ask this person on a date. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to break the friendship seal. I'm just going to rip the band-aid off. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. There's a lot of communication with you and your person. A lot of communication here. I don't know why I feel like you might be a little bit sassy with your person, to be honest with you. I see you being quite sassy and quite, these are my boundaries, this is what I want. This is what I want out of a relationship. This person's viewing you as sassy. I don't know if you are. That's how they're viewing you anyway. Because I'm not going to lie, I see you saying stuff and then them delivering with it. I think they view you a little bit as high maintenance with this Queen of Pentacles as well. It's like, I like this, this, and this. Oh, okay, cool. Like, I'll, like, deliver that. Cool. Like, that's how they feel. I'm not going to lie. Ace of Pentacles. Because that's their energy with the Ace of Pentacles at the back of the deck. I see them establishing the foundations and putting things in. And that's why there's a shift at the beginning. Because they're not able to do that. So it's like, okay, well, I respect you. I'm going to just keep this as friends for now. But then when they feel ready to, that's when they put an offer towards you. It's interesting. Let's pull your oracle card and see what else comes out then. Because I'm not being told much more of like how it commences. I see it commencing into a relationship quite nicely. But they definitely, I don't know why, I just feel like in this relationship you might be the one that wears the trousers a little bit. Especially at the beginning. That's what I keep seeing you saying, I like this, this, and this, and this person's like, this person knows what they want. And then not even trying to like, you know, sometimes when people see people with boundaries and they'll say that they're going to deliver and then they don't. This person's like, I know I can't deliver that right now, I'm just going to stay as friends. So there's something in their life that causes them to not be able to give something to you there and then. And instead of faking it, it's like they just gracefully let you know that and be like, let's just be pals right now. Or let me keep my distance right now because I don't want to mess about. Pile number 4. Pile number 4 is next relationship. Like there's gonna be a story with this person. Like there's gonna be, like when you tell the story of this relationship, it's like, oh well, I met them all the way back then, but it didn't turn into a relationship because of this, and then it did. I know Kim and Kanye are like the worst example to give of a relationship. I know this, but the reason I'm saying it is because I remember Kim talking about how she met Kanye and how she ended up marrying him, and they'd known each other for a really long time. Like they'd known each other for a while, but they couldn't be together for whatever reason. I didn't pay attention that long enough to know what actually happened, but I know that there was like a story that they had of all the times they knew each other before they got with each other, and I feel like this is going to have a kind of story like that. Like we knew each other for a long time. So we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So with the retreat card, I'm not shocked that that's come out, because I think that's going to be the beginning. Like something happens but you're not able to be together. We have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. You may as well like know of this person and maybe not think that this person's going to be the one you end up in a relationship with at first, especially if you're just friends. at first and don't see them as anything else. Pile number 4. Pile number 4 is next relationship. We have forgiven and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. On the back of the deck, you have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Maybe one of you was going through an awakening when you met and you needed to have that balanced out before you stepped into each other's lives. Maybe one of you guys was doing a lot of healing when you first met and weren't ready for a relationship. You're going to be actively open and looking for love while this person's right next to you at one point though. And I think that's why they then take the plunge and rip the band-aid off and are like, oh, by the way, I have a question on you. I quite like you. Like, because I see you like open and looking and, you know, maybe openly dating and not really liking anything while this person's around you. Or things are just not, like, you're not really feeling anything. Nothing's moving you while you're building up a friendship with this person or some sort of connection with this person. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. For some of you, you've already met this person, so there could have been a false start with this person like long ago. It was never anything you were too emotionally connected to, but there had to be time between you both to grow before a connection actually happened. You both might have had to grow up first, because that's what I'm getting with forgiving and learning. Like, you might have dated this person quite lightly and then just thought, not for me, but you both grew and evolved. That's another thing that I'm picking up as well. But you may have both just worked through themes of like releasing people from the past and forgiving and moving past them. It could just be those themes that are coming up connected to your heart space that then had you open up to this person. Yeah. It's interesting. Because I see one of you like forgiving someone and then this person comes in. Or understanding that like circumstances got in the way of like another connection that mirrored this. And it's like you let go of it and you release it, and then it's like this person comes in. I don't know. That's quite interesting. If you don't have anybody from the past that you want back, you could have had a false start with someone where the same scenario played out, but it could have triggered maybe like abandonment wounds and hurt you. Once you release that, this situation comes in, but there's no like deep emotional connection with this person when there's that rift at first. You just are aware of each other or maybe friends with each other. That's what I'm just being shown. Yeah, so yours isn't that straightforward. There's definitely a gap in between, but you come together and have a very beautiful connection, it seems. I feel this person has a lot of love for you too. So path 4, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.